Alright guys, right now, would you rather want a remake or a remaster of Sonic Adventure? Because I want to talk about it. So let's do that right now. Hello everybody, Xyno here, and that's the thing that's been stuck in my head for the past while. Wanting to remake or remaster Sonic Adventure, and I know this is a really old topic to talk about because technically Takashi Iizuka had that interview last December about the interest of wanting to redo the game, and that's been in the back of my head for forever, and I'm finally wanting to talk about it. So now's the time to talk about the pros and cons, and whether or not now would be a good time for them to even try to do that kind of concept of remaking Sonic Adventure. So first things first, let's talk about the simplicity of remastering the game and how weird it would be with today's graphics, because if we look at the level design in Sonic Adventure and the art style and the way it is, the game would almost feel small by today's standards. You would have the same adventure fields, the same exact levels, the same level designs, which means you'd have the same flaws for each character, for each of the levels, because they were designed to have multiple characters go through them at once, and that's almost a big flaw into the game, a big criticism of the game, and having that intact would kind of hinder the game in its ability to have its story told with the exact same kind of level design. So honestly, in my opinion, I don't think they should take that route, but it's relatively safe. You get the new shaders, the new graphics, the higher resolutions, the higher poly counts, and especially, at the very least, it doesn't matter if they remake the game or remaster the game, they should redo all the cutscenes, because holy crap, they're still bad. Like the lip syncing, it's terrible. I mean, if I play maybe the Japanese track, it might look a little bit better, but the way they interact with each other, I mean, you know that Knuckles cutscene.
Chase idiot! Why should I ruin your surprise?
I wonder what he meant by that.
Yeah, it's still that bad. If they were able to do it with today's production and technology, I think Sonic Adventure would look and sound at least way cooler with a remaster. They just redo the cutscenes from the ground up, and almost, I mean, they have to redo all the assets, but it would be a good, relative safe way to rebloom, that's a weird way to say it, Sonic's image in today's world. With that being said, I feel like that would be a weird shift in the way Sonic works today, because Sonic within the past couple of years, probably since like 2013, almost since Sonic Boom, ever since he got Roger Craig Smith to voice Sonic, the way Sonic does its humor and does its comedy, action, and just everything about him has changed. And going back to Sonic Adventure almost would feel like a weird shift to jump back to. And I mean, in my opinion, it'd be cool to go back to that, because that means that era would be over and we could resurge a better is a big perspective, to me it's better, era of how Sonic does his genre, if you know what I mean. So now, you know, this could be a time to change Sonic again to see if things would work well, and with today's technology we could fix everything that was wrong with him when we considered it bad back then, and just try again. Because I mean, Sonic's always in a state of, he's bad and we don't know why, so we're going to change this gameplay, we're going to change this up and see if it works. And they thought they had something going with the boost style formula, and they did, but then they screwed it up with Sonic Forces. But before I start ranting and do a tangent on that, let's go back to the whole remake of Sonic Adventure. And what I mean by that would be pretty much keeping the story intact of how Chaos works, how the Echidnas were in the past, and how the Chaos Emeralds came to be, and how Chaos came to be, how Eggman's intentions would want to, you know, dominate the world with Station Square and Mystic Ruins. Keep all the locations, all the story intact, Knuckles' past, all that stuff. Keep it there. And maybe the voice lines, if you can find a way to put it in the right spots, because I mean, the voice actors of today would be weird to see redone in Sonic Adventures type of dialogue. It'd probably be done better because of today's technology. I mean, you look at the Sonic Unleashed cutscenes, well, the pre-rendered movies, and that would be so cool to see in its Sonic Adventure story. But it'd just be weird with today's voice actors. It'd be jarring to me because I played this game so much, and the voice actors in Sonic Adventure are so ingrained in my brain, it would be weird to hear all the new cast almost redub the whole game. But you know, any added lines to the game or any changed lines, it might be necessary. But I'm rambling again. But again, Remake, we could redo the style of gameplay, so it wouldn't be Boost. Definitely wouldn't be Boost, but it could be a game that plays kind of like Sonic Adventure. It's an open world 3D platformer where you get to like run around and move forward, but it would be more refined. How refined it would be up to the developers and what engines they would use, but I see that as a huge plus because then you can actually incorporate better feeling controls for each character. And that's almost a whole other thing entirely, because Sonic Adventure story doesn't actually 100% rely on all 6 styles of gameplay, all the characters, for the story to work in a certain way. But you have to play as all 6 of those characters to get a feel for the whole entire storyline. And that's going to be a problem they're going to have to try and fix if they remake it. Because Sonic's story, he's the main character. You're going to have to do that. Tails' story is literally Sonic's story till the end of the game, where Tails kind of diverts and tries to help the missile thing. You obviously know, if you play the game, you know. Knuckles is all about finding the Master Emerald, and each character goes into the past, that weird past cutscene segment, where you learn about how Chaos is formed, why Tikal is there, the Echidna tribes, all that stuff could be repurposed to just be a couple characters, or they could just keep all 6 and try and redo all of the playstyles the right way. But with a remake, they could redo levels and incorporate them to each character, because technically, when you think about it, games like Sonic Forces, Sonic Generations, they have tons of levels. Classic Sonic gets like 8 to 9 to 10. I don't even remember the freaking stage order in Sonic Generations, how many levels there are. But that's like 10 levels each, and then 10 levels for Modern Sonic, and then a bunch of minigame little missions that add up to the gameplay. With Sonic Adventure, there were literally only 10 stages, but they were all repurposed and redone for each and every character in the area. It was the same level, exact layout and everything, but each character had different missions to do in separate portions of the level. With this, they could make more than 10 levels, because each characters would have their own little redone area for the level. Like, let's say Sky Deck. Sonic's level could be completely different than Tails' level version of it, even though they kind of tread through the same thing, so you could actually have a more fun time playing as Tails in that level. That's kind of a poor example, because Tails would probably be fun with Sonic's version of the level anyway, but you get what I mean. You know, Big the Cat would have a completely different stage layout of Hot Shelter than Amy's version would be, you know, if you know what I mean, or E102 Gamma's, because they all play the same level, but they just like had to cut off sections for Big to fish in certain areas. And as much as it would hate for everyone to bring back fishing, I think that would still be a cool thing to reincorporate in a remaster, because more detailed fish, better water physics, Big the Cat will look funny in HD, things like that. Just the word remaster is the right... No. Oh my gosh, I said the wrong word. Remake is just like the perfect opportunity for this game to have cool potential. You think about it, back then, this game had so much ambition for a 1998 video game. I mean, I would kill just to have the introduction cutscene remade, because it's still cool even today, but with like new technology. You had that one studio that did Sonic Unleashed's intro cutscene. Imagine them redoing that cutscene with today's technology. It would look so cool, and you see that as a reveal trailer, and I just keep talking about it, and on the what ifs, and having with the remake. God, remaster, remake is such a close word. You almost fuse them together and you use the wrong terms. Remake would be so much better, because you can incorporate Station Square and to look like an actual city. You'd actually have to run around and find the casino district instead of it having be merged with the stinking subway. What do you call it? The train station will be departing soon. You know, that place is like all in one area. But it's a city. You'd have to run around and find it. The casino would be over there. Speed Highway would be actually near a highway. You could redo the levels so they look like the way they're supposed to be. Twinkle Park could be its own like theme park, and it would look really cool to see like in the open world distance in the adventure field. Just there's so much potential they could do to make this game amazing. And it's like, why don't they just do it? Because Just you could if you remaster a game, it's just the same game. You could just play it the old one. I mean, it's the same debate with like Crash Team Racing, the old and the new. The new one's a lot cooler and prettier, and it plays pretty much the same. But you did kind of get the experience back in the late 90s too. It's just the graphics are better. With this remake potential, you could literally make the game you wanted to make back in 1998 with almost no limits. And I want to see that happen. And I don't know if I should talk any longer because the video's actually been gone for a long time, and if you have listened to me the whole time on the potential and how cool this game could be, I thank you for watching to the end, because even I have a hard time listening to myself, and if you did, thank you very much, because this thinking about the game in my head is just like, it's like life being complete, something you just want to see happen. And if they were ever to announce something like this and it looked really close to what you think it could be, and it's not just a remaster, holy crap, my life would be so happy, because this game was a huge part of my childhood. But enough of that rambling on. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this gave you an idea of what it would like to have actually this whole game be redone in the right way. Right way would be the weird way, because they already did it, but it could be done better with today's technology. But with that said, share this with somebody if you want them to see how cool Sonic Adventure should have been or could have been, because that's just something that's I just can't. So I'm gonna leave you to that 20-second thing where these videos pop up and the subscribe thing pops up, because click on them, go click a different video, or subscribe, or check out my Xyno76 channel where you see all the stupid takes of this video, because I'm stupid and dumb and this took like 50 tries. But anyway, video's out.